Hi my people, so today I am gonna tell you a little bit about bedwetting. Glorious subject. But I know recently I shared with you guys, well in January I shared with you guys about potty training the twins, and so now we're kind of moving on to another milestone, and that is they're pretty much good with daytime potty training, and now it's just the nighttime bedwetting that we're working on. And I want to just share a few tips for conquering bedwetting with your kids. The girls are now 4 and they're doing pretty good. So my first tip is to have a consistent nighttime routine. Kids just flourish with routine. They know what's going to happen next. They're not surprised when it's time for bed. They get that little 5-minute warning. They know after dinner there's something. So I know I've shared with you guys my evening routine video, so you can see that one here. I'll link it below as well. But in terms of the nighttime, we try to do like dinner, then they know they bath and brush their teeth, and once brushing their teeth they know they're done with the whole drinking thing. We lotion up. That's really important in my house because one of my girls has eczema, and lotioning up is really important for her. I'm going to do a video soon about tips for how to treat eczema too, because that's something that we really struggled with. Petal has it really bad, and I found some tips that really help with that, so look out for that video soon. After lotioning up, we use Goodnight's True Fit. This is something pretty new, and I'm going to share with you at the end of the video how I use those, but I really like that product. And then we do a story time, and then it's lights out. Which for me means a night light and some soft music playing, and that's it. That's their nighttime routine. The next tip I have is to limit liquids. So dinner time, after they eat dinner, that's the last time that they're gonna get liquids. No, oh mommy I want juice, mommy I want water, whatever. If they do complain about that, I got this tip recently from my friend Shanair. Thank you, Shanair. Give them an ice cube. My girls go crazy for ice cubes anyway, so that's by working out. So an ice cube will work well for that. My third tip is to leave the bathroom accessible for them. So for my girls, their bathroom is right next to their room, so that's a little bit luckier, but I leave the light on in there, and I make sure that their little potty stool is right there next to the potty, so there's no issues with them. They're waking up, they can find their way to the potty, the light is already on, they can step up there because the stool is already there. Everything is good to go. Making the bathroom accessible to them at night is a big one as well. Number 4, encourage them and not punish them. Getting angry at them because they're wet in the bed is not going to be helpful, because they're kids. They're at that stage where they are going to have accidents. They are going to wet the bed. Encouraging them is much better. Oh, it's okay. Maybe you can try a chart, an incentive chart, doing stickers for when they do good. And then maybe some kind of award when they hit, like, you know, 5 days of not wetting the bed consistently. They can go for ice cream or get a lollipop or whatever you choose. But encouragement really helps for kids instead of punishment. Number 5 is, don't forget number 2. Constipation can really hinder bladder control, because obviously, you know, everything clumped up in there is going to be pressing against their bladder, and that's going to be affecting how much they can actually control their bladder. So make sure that they're on a consistent pooping schedule and they're not constipated. If they're unconstipated, just load them up with the fiber. 6, there are these things called moisture alarms, and they're actually alarms. They cost about $100 on Amazon. They actually wake the kid up. They can sense moisture, and when it does sense moisture, it immediately wakes the kid up. So once they start getting that jolt of waking up when they are starting to pee the bed, they kind of get it, their brain kind of clicks that they're not supposed to do it. It supposedly is a 75% help rate, so it might be something to consider if you want to spend that kind of money on this issue. For me, I have tried this product recently, and it's the Goodnight's True Fit. This is a starter kit, and I like that it comes with a starter kit because you have these panties, What I love about it, and I got these from CVS by the way. I wish I liked going to CVS because you know you can pop in, pop out. Anyway, but they're panties. They're like actual panties. Like you see, and they're cute, little cute design on it. But they're panties as opposed to actual pull-up. But so in the pack, it comes with 2 panties. And then it comes with these. Kind of look like pads, right? So you open it up and that's basically what it is, like a huge pad. And so these are special little panties. Let me turn them inside out. They have this little pocket on the inside where you can put this little thing and you just kind of push it, and it's sorry, let me see if I can do this backwards so that you can see, but you just put it in there, and it's pretty easy to put in, so the kids can kind of do it themselves. But yeah, ooh, it goes all the way up on either side. That's pretty nice. Anyway, so yeah, so it's in now. Can you see? Yeah, so it's in. The protection is all the way from the front all the way down to the back, but they still have a little panty here. So basically what you're doing is you're giving your kid this underwear with the little pad inside, and they can take, if they do wet the bed, they can take it out and then just throw that away, and you can wash this as like a regular underwear. So that's pretty sweet. I really like this concept, and I'll tell you why I like this concept. Number one, I like that it's machine washable, so you know you're not wasting as much on diapers. You just have this little pad and you can just reuse the actual big part of it, which is the panties. I like that it is actual panties because the girls feel like they're big girls. The other thing about this is confidence. With me having twins, there's always that comparison with twins of this one doing this one not doing this yet. But kids develop at different rates even if they're twins. So a product like this, I have one twin that's basically, she never wets the bed really, and then one who consistently does. So you know, there's that comparison and there's that self-esteem thing right there, and that competition between the two of them. And so with this product, the other one won't really know. Both of them feel like big girls because they're both going to bed in panties, one with the pad and one without the pad. So it builds her confidence, it builds her self-esteem, so she feels a little bit better about herself with also getting to wear panties at night. And the thing I like about these two is that they're not just for a night. They are for a night, but for me, I use them for other things too. For example, we recently traveled and my girls wore these on the plane. Why? Because airplane lavatories and twins, I could barely fit in the airplane lavatory with two girls and they touching stuff, and you know how nasty that bathroom is. So they wore these. Somebody had an accident, I could just take this out and continue on my merry way. These are also good for places where you're outdoor, like here in Houston, we have the Houston Rodeo, is mostly lavatory, like porta potties, and I don't do porta potties, and so this comes in handy because I don't want to take the girls in a porta potty. They touch too much stuff. And then another thing that this is good for is like sleepovers. You know, when your kids get older, they want to do, you know, they want to do sleepovers, but they're self-conscious about the bedwetting thing. This gives them that security, that confidence. They can go, and if they're still wearing panties, their friends won't know that these aren't regular panties. And if they do have an accident, they can just take out the pad and replace it, or not replace it, whatever they want to do. But you know, it just gives them that confidence. They're not scared of sleepovers just because of bedwetting. So I like that thing. So those are my tips for bedwetting. So I really hope that you enjoyed these tips on bedwetting, and if you have any tips that you use with your kids, please let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you are a new person to my channel, welcome, and please subscribe below. Just click the button, please, pretty please. Okay, and thank you guys. I'll see you next time.